Okay, we have a lot more to talk about than what you currently see on the screen here because, in case you missed it, the Back for Blood Twitter released another update today saying that there's new cards that are coming. Presumably lots of them, but these are the first 3. But something else we really need to talk about is something else that happened today, which has not been posted on the official Back for Blood Twitter. However, take a peek. If you know your Roman numerals, that's a big old 5 right there. And if you know what this looks like, it looks like the other act icons, meaning act plus 5 is act 5. So we'll get into this part in a little bit, but let's talk about what's officially been announced, and then we'll go into what the Redditors dug up. So good job, Reddit. There's a lot of good stuff over there. So the new cards, 3 new cards announced today. We have Expired T5, we have Out with a Bang, and we have AI Assistant Module. And if you are paying attention here really closely, what you'll see is it says activation cost, and then it shows ammo. Now, before I read off what these cards do, instantly, that's a really cool thing. Because if you've been playing Back for Blood for a while, one of the things you've kind of come to feel is, it's ammo cards are fine, I guess. But ammo's never a problem, so why would I ever care about ammo cards? Well, now you have a reason to care about ammo cards, because it looks like you might be getting some pretty cool abilities here. Now, we have Expired T5. What Expired T5 does is it activates your support slot to create a 10-meter area that damages enemies for 8 damage per second as fire damage to weak spots. Interesting. So, and it costs 40, what? AR ammo? It also disables your support slot. So, reason why I say it's interesting is I'm trying to think of all the scenarios here. So, that would mean fire damage to weak spots. So, to me, that means Reekers aren't going to be affected by it because they don't have a weak spot, right? That would also mean that Tall Boys and Bruisers are really going to get obliterated by this card because Tall Boys and Bruisers are really vulnerable to fire, especially Tall Boys. And then they also have pretty big modifiers when you hit them in the weak spot. So 8 damage, it might not sound like a lot, but you might really be able to crank out some damage on those Tall Boys, especially if this card scales with weak spot damage or it scales with fire damage. This is going to be a melter of Tall Boys if it all works out that way. 10-meter area, yeah, I think it'd be really good against Bruisers because they're slow. Tall Boys might be a little scary because they can charge you, but I wouldn't be surprised if this works through a wall or something. So if you're on the other side of a wall and you know a Tall Boy's coming, you could probably torch them before they ever get to you, like they're coming through a doorway. And there's going to be a lot of ways that people can sit here and tinker with stuff and play with stuff because these cards are completely different play styles. This whole act, and especially since you're getting your support slot, that's something else you really have to consider is, right? Like, you can't heal anymore, but it's kind of one of those, the best defense is a good offense kind of vibes. Very interesting. Let's look at Out with a Bang here. So Out with a Bang is when a teammate is incapped or dies, they drop an active pipe bomb. 1 extra life. Okay, so instantly people were like, hey, that'd be really good with SwingPoynt's meat shield build. I don't know if I agree with that because part of the whole meat shield thing is that things don't die instantly and that they're attacking you. I think it kind of goes against the meat shield thing, but it is a really interesting way to go ahead and take control of a area, right? Because one, you just have an extra life, and then if you build into extra life, something you could do instantly is throw Pinata in your build. Because if Pinata's working while you're downed, and you drop a pipe bomb, that could be really nice, right? And, or heck, maybe if you also have... Does Hoffman, anytime he kills something, does he go ahead and have a potential to spawn stuff? I'd have to look at what Hoffman says again. But I instantly see this being really good with extra lives and Pinata. Assuming they don't nerf Pinata. Pinata definitely has been kind of outperforming for a while. But yeah, that's where I see that being really good. And then outside of a build, like this is just a really nice card to have when, if something goes wrong, you pull all the drama to you when you need it the most. Because that's usually when things snowball, right? Is one person goes down and then everything just goes haywire. Well, if you have a pipe bomb, that mitigates a lot of the problems. One thing is I hope that the pipe bomb doesn't spawn on yourself and it kind of gets shot out a little bit. Otherwise, you might blow yourself up a little bit, and that wouldn't be good. Or you blow up your teammates that try to save you. I hope it shoots away a little bit. AI Assistant Module. Activate your quick slot. Hey, somebody followed. Thanks for the follow. Activate your quick slot to gain 5% reuse chance for your accessories. Reuse chance increases by 10% until successful. Effect is removed when damage is taken. So does that mean you instantly get a 5% chance, but then if it fails, you get an additional 10%? That's kind of how I'm reading that. Maybe I'm wrong. Something I could see this being really useful for, and again, it costs sniper ammo, so you don't have a ton of sniper ammo typically unless you start juicing up your ammo pools, but something I see this being really useful for is legendary medkits. If you happen to find one of those bad boys, you could just juice up your reuse chance a ton, and then you could pretty much guarantee yourself a reuse chance on a legendary medkit, which completely restores trauma, completely restores your HP, puts you in a really good spot. And then you could just use it again on somebody else. Or heck, if you have enough ammo, you could just run through the whole team with it. As long as it showcases the amount of stacks that you currently have accumulated with AI Assistant module, this could be really, really powerful with something like a legendary accessory. Also, it disables quick slots, right? So in my mind, you may as well run Stealthy Passage with this, because then you're getting some more economy, and then you can take out, like, what, cars and birds and doors. I think Stealthy Passage and AI Assistant module would go really well with each other. Because one of the things I personally would really like more of is more opportunities to use legendary accessories, because one of the big things that happens when you hold one of those is you only have one. So if you have 6 pockets and you have a legendary Molotov, well, you can't use your other 5 pockets, right? So something like this might help it so you actually get a little bit more use out of those, which I think would be good. Because I either want to see more legendary accessories just have a chance to spawn outside of the corruption chest, or again, maybe something like this that just lets me reuse them a little bit more. I think this is actually really cool for that. But now let's talk about the other stuff that they did not announce today, but Reddit dug it up. So, Act 5 is coming, according to SteamDB. And it has this icon here. If you don't know what SteamDB is, it's a tool that pretty much brings in all the Steam games and keeps track of information on them as time goes by. And SteamDB has been used for this exact thing for many years at this point, where people just dig up stuff. They look through the history section, they look through the depots, they look through all sorts of stuff that's being posted, and people can dig up stuff before marketing has a chance to talk about it. So that's what happened today. And there's a thread here by Falou, is that how I say his name? Falou70, that showcases the new achievements on SteamDB, and they have SteamDB right here. And then if you go into the history section, it brings you right to this giant list of changes. Oh, wow. Is there even more of these now than there were earlier? So, oh boy. We have Act 5 Recruit, Act 5 Veteran. Oh, and they actually have icons with them as well, in case you wanted to see those. Act 5 Cleaner, which I'm assuming that's like Nightmare or something. And Act 5 Ace, presumably that's No Hope. And then Left Fork Dead End. And then we have Jar Jar Bonks here. Okay, so it looks like, oh, here's the jars, which they talked about on Twitter already, and they have the little icon on them. We have Force Majeure Claws. How do you know how to pronounce that? Which, there's claws, I guess. I don't know if that means something has claws or if you can use claws. We have Who Snipes the Snipers, which to me means there's going to be snipers, but then you also see the little squigglies again. Right? We keep seeing these squiggles. Well, now we can see more squiggles. Did the claws have squiggles? No, the claws didn't have squiggles. We have Take a Bow, or perhaps Take a Bow, because there's a bow here, or an arrow, I should say. Let's Take a Bow. They really like their puns, so I'm assuming it's Take a Bow. Smoke and Mirrors, but without the mirrors, which this is the smoke bomb that they announced earlier on Twitter. And I don't really know what the plus icon would be. Maybe that means you upgrade it or something? Yeah, maybe you upgrade new items. I don't know. Barely Made It. What is this one? Oh, Bear Trap. Cute. Barely Made It. Interesting. So do you think that, like, who barely made it? I guess that's what I'm wondering. Like, did you kill somebody with it? Did you die inside of one of them? I don't know. I mean, I think when you see Bear Trap, you think you could either step in it or have someone else step in it. So who knows what that means. We have Duffel Brothers, which absolutely has to be a Stranger Things reference. And I guess there's a duffel bag here. I don't really know what that's going to be for. And then we have Balanced Meal, which shows White's Peaches. And the Peaches thing is actually kind of funny, because if you, I don't know the last time you watched it, but the initial cutscene where you defeat the boat level and you introduce the 4 other cleaners, which would be what, Jim, Carly, Doc, and Hoffman. When they introduced Carly, she saved someone's life, and that person was apparently holding peaches, and she picks up the peaches, and she's like, peaches. So I wonder how deep this peaches lore goes. Yeah, and then you can go ahead and you can dig around on SteamDB, and there's all sorts of stuff. Some people really dig up some good stuff here every once in a while. So if you want to go check that out, I recommend looking up SteamDB and then looking up Back for Blood. And this is what we know so far. Honestly, I'm probably missing some more stuff here. If you go ahead and take a look at the Reddit, maybe there's some more stuff that people dug up. But this is what I know right now. So, congratulations, cleaners and community. There is an Act 5 coming. And there are new cards coming. There are new toys to play with from accessories. Lots of stuff's coming. This seems like it's going to be a really big DLC, because when you consider a new act, you consider new cards, you consider new accessories, presumably, I mean, who snipes the snipers? Presumably new things to shoot at. A lot of stuff coming so far, and I'm assuming they're not even done talking about it yet. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If there's anything that you know that I might have missed, or if there's anything you're excited for, or let me know. I know a lot of people have been really hoping for a new act, and it looks like it's happening. So, oh, actually, some other things to consider here. I do believe Toast in the Discord said there's nothing coming in July. This is not coming in July. This is not coming in July. So, maybe after July, I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know if it'd be August, September, but not coming in July. Also, one of the other things I saw was that it's definitely not going to be Act 1 with different lighting. Somebody said that on here, and I don't remember where it was. But then Turtle Rock responded, they're like, no, that's not how it's going to be. It's not just going to be the same place. That looks a little different, okay? So you can get excited for that as well. It might just be like an entirely new area, which is, again, everything that everybody's been wanting. So very exciting. And again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And we stream just about every single night, twitch.tv/SwingPoynt. Link will be in the description, also the top comments. And if you found this video helpful, or you like me keeping up on updates here for you, please consider subscribing down below. And with that, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video that we do around here.